gonna take long, Diane? I've got a class in an hour and I need to look over my notes.
Joan, thank you for agreeing to meet with us so promptly.
Of course, I want this resolved as quickly as possible.
I believe you two already know each other.
Yes, we do. Hello again. I would like to be addressed as Dr. Corbett, please.
So, Joan, Dr. Corbett, without further preamble, could you describe to us what happened last Thursday between you and the student in question?
You're referring to the young woman who...
Yes, that one. Please describe to us what happened in your classroom that resulted in one of your students lodging a formal complaint against you.
There was an exchange of words between myself and the student that resulted in her exiting my classroom before class was dismissed. She seemed upset, but to be frank, I don't know why. I was just beginning my lecture. She challenged me and I responded.
And what was it you were lecturing on?
Oh, yes, we don't use that word anymore, lecture. We were discussing Angels in America, seminal play by Tony Kushner, arguably the greatest living American playwright.
Debatable.
Well, yes, I believe I just said that. I've been teaching that play for 25 years, as you know, and students have consistently enjoyed the experience and learned much from it. For some, it's been a life-changing experience.
I remember those lectures so well. They were brilliant, revelatory. And what happened during this lecture?
In recent years, I've learned that whenever I ask students to research an area in which a play is set, in this case, it's the AIDS pandemic in the mid-1980s in New York City, they simply paraphrase Wikipedia or, God help us, just use Chat ABC or whatever it's called and offer that as their response with no attempt at understanding or insight. So, I usually contextualize the dramas with a few brief history discussions. For example, this play is set during the presidency of Ronald Reagan. I remind my students that despite all current attempts to rehabilitate his legacy, this is a man who refused to respond when AIDS was decimating the gay community. That insipid American cowboy charm masked a person who committed a homophobic genocide. I mean, for my generation, he was the embodiment of hypocrisy and ignorance. Sound familiar? I always try to make it relevant to their lives, given the pandemic, but in order to talk about the Reagan era, you have to know the Cold War, and they don't, so I teach the Cold War. The bipolar world on the brink, the communist witch hunts, the terror of impending nuclear Armageddon that we all felt growing up, and they usually like that bit a lot. And sadly, this is once again relevant with Ukraine.
Dr. Corbett, if you could get back to what happened between you
But in order to understand the Cold War, you have to understand at least the basics of World War II. You have to know who fought in World War II, and they don't. So I teach the Second World War. I go back and back and back again because they know nothing, and they don't want to know. I mean, how do you teach a generation that has no history, that has no use for history?
And whose fault is that?
So, I was covering about 75 years in 20 minutes. No mean feat, I might add. When I heard someone make a loud and exaggerated yawn, I then made an observation about their generation's lack of knowledge and their almost total absence of curiosity. When one of them, the young woman, made what I perceived to be an insulting retort.
Would that be okay, Boomer?
Yes.
And what was your response?
I expressed to the student how I felt about her remark.
In what way?
I told her it was unacceptable to insult a professor. Or is that no longer the case? Are we just supposed to take abuse from our students?
And were you calm when you answered? Were you abusive?
What? Of course not. I was not abusive, Diane.
Dr.
Why would you
Corbett,
even...
Dr. Corbett, please.
No, really, what did you just say? Do you know who you're talking to? You have no idea who or what I am. I'm a boomer. Do you know what that means? It means I was born between 1946 and 1964. It means I lived through the greatest social revolution of the 20th century, the women's movement. It means we believed in something and we fought for equal rights for women, for choice, for control over our own bodies. It means I put up with the kind of crap from the patriarchy that you can only imagine in your worst nightmares, and you call us bad feminists because we took it. We took it because we didn't see another way. We took it so you don't have to. We went on too many protests to count. We stopped an evil war. I gave Ronald Reagan himself the finger once. God, I was so close to his limousine. I could have just tossed a bomb in there. And I wanted to. We marched against nuclear power, against apartheid. You don't know that one? Look it up. We believed in something and we marched for it. We didn't just sit behind our screens and click like and don't like and think that the job was done. No, if we wanted to call somebody out, we had to face them. There were consequences for false accusations. There was responsibility. Oh, did we fuck up? Yes. We should have said no when they started bottling water, for fuck's sake. Did you think your issues were new? Oh, to quote a great play you haven't read, it's all been done before. Now, I realize Kim Kardashian's anal bleaching means more to you than, say, who fought in World War II and why it matters, because it has to matter. It has to matter because I have to matter. I want to understand you, and I want you to understand me. I'm a 68-year-old woman. I feel passed over. I never really had a shot at being in charge, at being at the table, so how did I become the man? Just how the hell did I become the man? I know that nothing is real unless it's shared on Facebook or Twitter or TikTok. But there is an entire universe of a story that you do not know. My story. So just who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Well, you were right. The student left your class immediately and posted that on all their social media.
Boomer blows up.
So, this is real.
Okay, Boomer is a slogan. It's what they say to anyone over 40 who says something condescending to young people and the issues that matter to them. You have to understand that what lies behind it is their terror of catastrophic climate change, their economic anxiety, the feeling that boomers have left it to younger generations to clean up the mess that they made. How you felt about Ronald Reagan? That rage, that's how they feel. They feel like their world is ending before it even began. This student was so traumatized by you, she had to get counseling immediately.
I think if anyone was traumatized, it was her comments were ageist, divisive, demeaning,
Cut to the chase here. If you were to apologize, the student would agree to let this matter drop.
Apologize for what exactly?
For your inappropriate and inexcusable behavior.
But I'm not sorry.
Joan, this is not about you anymore, about your not feeling sorry. Not anymore.
So what does she plan to pursue?
Your suspension from teaching.
Or you could consider stepping back, winding down.
Teaching is what I do. This is what I do. I don't do anything else.
Maybe some time to think. Spend more time with your family.
Your grandchildren.
Oh, okay. And what if I don't have grandchildren? What should I do then? Let her pursue it. Me.
An apology. A simple apology.
I am sorry that we boomers will be dead when the shit really hits the fan. But we did try, and that's what I want them to understand, to acknowledge.
Dr. Corbett, this is not the first incident we've had, not the first complaint. There were others.
Such as?
Such as misgendering a non-binary student repeatedly.
We got that all sorted out. She was a she, then she was a he. By the end of the semester, a they. I mean, it was very confusing, but I got it right in the end.
And your resistance to posting all your lectures online. Oh. And there's also the 2 students of color that you also misidentified.
There's been some discussion of cognitive issues, cognitive compromise.
Mendacity is a system we live in. Liquor's one way out and death's the other.
Is that your response, Joan?
It's a great line from a play you once loved, Diane. Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, I'll do it.
You'll do what?
I'll send the email, the letter of apology. I'll, eat all the shit I'm required to. Been doing it for years.
Good. Well, the student is actually downstairs in the counselor's office. I was hoping we could do this now, in person. It would be much more effective. An email will follow, of course.
But if you need more time, Joan?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.